Let's start the fucking show. I have Marcus in the pub today. Thank you very much for joining me in this
Yeah, thank you for the
establishment.
interview.
And there is quite a long history between us two, I think. It started in December 2021 when you arise to the Quake community like miracle kid, beating all the professionals. So we did interview together. A lot of things changed from that time. I think for you. How's life
Yeah,
for
I
you right now?
remember that. Well, that was when I was kind of just getting into playing competitive. I mean, I had been playing duels a lot before then, but starting around 2021, the beginning of that year is when I really tried to make a push to make it into the Quake Pro League. And so I'd been playing a lot for that whole year. It was just in that the Dragonborn esports tournament where I actually had a pretty good showing, beating a lot of top players. And yeah, I remember we had a nice interview about it. I think that's the first time most people knew about me. And
Mm,
unfortunately, I think I lost the challenger. But next, it just took me one more year, and I was able to
yeah.
finally make it into QPL.
2022 last year in Romania. That was one of the first LAN events for you, and you qualified, but you ended up on what 13 to 16 place, something like that. But still, you
Mhm.
earned like 4K. Was it that point when basically your family started to see that the dream of you coming true, or did you get a support before?
They were supportive before, but yeah, I mean, making it into Quick Pro League was, goal achieved, even if I didn't make it farther into the bracket. Especially because it was my first LAN, so it's hard to have super high expectations for it. I think
Mm,
the LAN environment is so much different than online that it really does take a couple LANs before you can really uh start to expect to do better.
mm,
Which I'm hoping for the next QPL LAN, that'll be my time to really have a good showing.
mm. I think that like QuakeCon, we will come to that topic later, but I think that that showing in general was quite okay. But I want to continue with that Romania. Was it easier for you to play online when you knew that it's in studio, that there is no live audience basically watching you? Is it like easier then to play? Because I can imagine that. I'm not pro player. I don't know the feelings and how it is changing from let's say your environment when you are playing from home and when you are on the event.
Well, it
Is it?
may be a little bit more pressure, but I think the difference isn't too drastic
Mm,
compared to because both of them, it's more about how much are at stake in the game, in
mm-hmm,
that it's for the online or for the final bracket. It's less so I think that the audience is there because they're watching on Twitch anyway. Um, I think the nerves more come just because it's such a high pressure game. And then I think the thing that makes it actually a little bit easier was I preferred the setup. It felt more comfortable for me in Romania, so I think that made it a little bit easier for me.
mm. You joined MCS Gaming uh, basically quite early in your career.
Hmm.
Luckily for me, I was able to meet with Force and Azurit on the QuakeCon. Does that support from team push you forward? Do you have some feedback from, let's say, Sagib and Effortless? Other great players that are members of MCS.
Well, the team has definitely been helping me out a lot. Honestly, I don't really play that much with Cygib or Effortless. I mainly focus
Mm,
on improving by myself. But the team has been extremely supportive, and they also have helped me out a lot, especially before the Romania LAN. They flew me out because I was still in California with super high ping, but they
mm,
flew me out to New Jersey so I could practice with a little bit lower ping and also just practice from a different environment. So that especially was very helpful, I think, for the Romania LAN and qualifying for the Quake Pro League. But they were also there with me in the Texas LAN a few months ago. I think it was also very helpful just to have them there to support me.
I will go back to that family topic. Reasoning behind that is that you are youngest player in the Quake Pro League. So that support from family is important. And when you decided to move from California to New Jersey, that was a really tough decision, I think, for you.
It's tough just because I never even expected that I was going to be moving. And I moved to Rhode Island, not to New Jersey.
Yeah, the before Romana they put you to New Jersey, and now you are in at Rhode Island.
Yeah, I mean, it's near to Boston, basically. But,
Mm.
well, I just figured that there's really no way for me to get good quality practice from California because,
Mm.
I mean, no one would want to play with me, but even if they did, it's such a high ping that it's really nowhere near a LAN environment. I
Mm.
think that the ping I have now is good enough where people are willing to play with me, and it's not too different from a LAN, so it's good enough for me right now. If I could move to Europe, I probably would, but that's way harder than just staying in the same country.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm wondering how you were able to get those like basics from Quake Champions so fast. You know what I mean? A lot of players are spending quite a lot of time going like slowly to the top, but you somehow managed to figure those things out. Is it about the way you think about the game, or what do you think that push you to that top level so quickly?
Well, it wasn't really a quick process. I said I started to try to get into QPL in 2021, but I had been playing a lot before then. I started around 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And for the first year, I was mainly just, learning the basics and, team deathmatch and stuff, and then finally transitioning to duel. So I don't think it's really been a slow or a quick process. I think it's just been that I've been very consistently working towards it for the past, 6 years or so,
Mm.
over 6 years maybe. So
Yeah.
I think that it's just, if you want to make it to the top, you just have to put in all the time and effort, and that's what I was able to do.
Mm. Uh, you are one of those players that is really thinking about picks and bans and about how the champions work. Are there any tips and tricks you can tell me so I will be better in Quake?
Picks and bans. Well, through practice, you get a feeling of which champions are good for each
Mm.
specific map, and also just what your opponent would prefer to play. So a lot of the
Mm.
time, the map bans, I just ban whatever I really feel the weakest on. So that's usually Blood Covenant, and I ban that
Mm.
every time.
Mm.
For the champions, I have an idea. I have ideas for which champions I tend to struggle against, and also which champions my opponent wants to play with. So I'll usually ban, Ranger or Nyx are common bans for me. They're not
Mm.
necessarily always the strongest, but sometimes it's easier for me to just get rid of them and focus on the
Mm.
others. And then for my picks, I'm very comfortable with like Clutch and Scale Bear, for example.
Yeah,
But
we saw
I'm
it in
also
regular season.
comfortable. I play them so much precisely because I think they're very, very strong. It's not just like I'm good with them. I'm good with them because I put so much time into it, because I noticed the potential. If I
Mm.
thought like a different champion was the best, I would be putting the time into them.
Mm. We saw lately that Maxter is picking Keel like more and more often. He picked it for Corrupted Keep and for Deep Embrace. Do you agree or any thought about it?
Well, actually, I kind of agree. I think that the new changes made to Keel do make him very strong. I think more so on Corrupted Keep than Deep Embrace.
Hmm.
Mainly, you can rocket jump like Ranger now, and the nades,
Hmm.
because they explode after the second bounce, you can use them much more efficiently in combat. I'm gonna try to play him a bit more, but I think that he doesn't work quite as well for my play style because he's more of a close range rocket type play style, and I tend to struggle with that. But I'm definitely gonna be trying it out more.
Hmm. So do you think like if the next season happen that Keel will be possibly more picked?
He'll
because
definitely
like
be more picked.
hmm,
I think you'll see him a lot on Vale and CK.
hmm,
I kind of doubt that he's gonna become meta on Deep Embrace because
hmm,
I think Deep Embrace is a long range map, and the only thing that Keel can really do, I think, is try to force like a rocket fight around heavy or mid. But
hmm,
I just don't think the potential's there. However, Vale and CK are very close ranged, so I think you're definitely gonna see him picked a lot there.
hmm. We saw that deep embrace at QuakeCon. You versus Wenger. You basically managed for 8 minutes to hold railgun away from Marco. That was one of the best matches we were able to see at QuakeCon before the finals, I think. Did you manage to like process it already? What happened in that last minutes when Marco turned it around? Do you think that you can do
Uh,
something that there was something you could do differently,
well, yeah,
or
I
it
think
was
it's
just
very clear that what the mistake was. So it was around like the 8 minute mark, and I was up by 4 frags or so. And I did the absolute worst possible move, which is I tried to force a spawn kill
mm,
when I should have just ran away. But I also forced the spawn kill in like the least safe way, which is just running straight at him. So it's such an upsetting decision that I made for me in retrospect, because I knew in the moment that it was bad as well. But I think that it comes down still to a lack of confidence sometimes, that the right move is to run away, but you just don't think that you can do it, so you want to try to force an engagement. And so that's something I still need to work on, but it should be, now that I have more and more experience, it should be easier to get rid of those mistakes and move on. Because I
mm,
probably would have won that map if it wasn't for that one mistake I made.
Still 5-5. That means potential sudden death with 15 seconds left on the clock.
But he's got timings, he's got the rotation. Both items are up on the same time. Strongsage needs to guess right. Strongsage needs to get to the other side of the map. He needs to survive, but Venger's got him trapped like a caged animal.
That rail was unbelievable at full speed. Slash comes around the corner. He hits the rail.
that whole game was crazy to watch from both perspectives. Did you felt good on the stage, knowing that most of the people were basically cheering for you at Dallas? Because you
I was
look like
trying.
you are enjoying it. Like I mean,
I was trying to tune it out. I was kind of enjoying it, but I also was going in trying to just, enjoy being there and try not to think too hard about the game, because I think it's better for me. I don't have to, because if I'm starting to think about the match and that's all I'm thinking about, I think it's going to end
mm,
up with a lot more nerves in the end. So just trying to take it like having fun was really the right move for me. I tried to tune the audience out. I mean, you don't want to be thinking about the audience. You want to be thinking about the game and the in-game
yeah.
sounds and everything. So I think that for the most part, you really don't even notice the audience is there, even though you can hear them because you're just so in the zone in the game.
Mm.
He's down below.
He is
Jump
down
blood.
below. Oh my god, he caught him right there. He goes in for the bull rush, coming around the side. Does smack him off the side. Oh my god. Oh my god. 1-1. 9 minutes, 23 seconds on the clock. There's 40 seconds left. We could go into sudden death overtime. Absolutely nuts that the little teleporter dance that just took place and how he was able to knock him off the side.
And he
That
had
was
the
legendary.
And he had the presence of mind to steer to the light as
no.
they meet. This is not where you want to be as an Anarchy. Noble rushes up, and he gets out for now. But what a comeback. What a read as Strongsage keeps him in it, and we go to another overtime.
This is absolutely, absolutely nuts. Strongsage was in the right position, just the opportunity not quite there.
Oh,
Wenger still showing that he's willing to play risky, and at this point he's got that
he's hit the
huge
rail. He's got the bull
second
rush.
one. Oh my god, bull rush
Here
will
it
come in. He's going to
comes.
be on the chase. He's going to hit one more rail. Oh, he hits it, but he picked up the health bubbles.
Don't.
Wenger on the run. LG battle in the air. Oh my god, Strongsage does it. Absolutely insane game, a totally wild series, and we're going to game 3. Both players deserve a medal for that game.
There is one specific thing I found out when I was like recording the setup of each players. You have 27-inch monitors over there. Was it something like that? But you like shrink the image to 24 inches.
Well, I did that because I'm used to the monitor being away farther back than it was on the stage, and I couldn't get the monitor far back. It was like right in my face.
Yeah.
So it was really disorienting. So I just shrinking the screen made it a lot easier for my eyes.
Mm.
And it's more similar to the monitor being much farther back because it's really far back right now, and
Yeah.
that's how I'm gonna be
Yeah.
playing.
Because like on that let's say practice grounds, you have like that monitor what across basically mouse mat. But at home it's much farther.
Yeah, it's like behind the
Yeah.
table kind of with the monitor stand I have.
Hmm. Did it
You can
help?
just see like from where my arm is,
Yeah,
it's really
yeah,
far
like
back.
for yeah, exactly. Did it help? Did it solve the issue? And
Yeah,
was you able to make same setup on the stage as well?
well, I think that next time I actually want to come in with like dimensions and measurements for everything. That's what Shane was doing, and honestly, I need to do that
Yeah.
so I can get everything correct. But shrinking the screen definitely
Uh-huh.
helped help me out. I don't think that it really got in the way. I guess things were a little bit smaller on the screen, but because the monitor was so close, it kind of evened out.
Because like in general, you don't have much space on any events. So like
Yeah.
chance that you will have your monitor. I don't know the feet and inches. So for me, let's say 1 meter, 1.5 meter away from you is like impossible, I think. But regarding the like taking the measurements, that brings back memories to StarCraft era where Flash was having like a ruler on the stage and having everything set up like closest to the home.
I think I'm gonna do that next time.
Talking about next time, there are some rumors that there will be KinCon. Possibly something will happen from Endpoint. Do you plan to go to some of those events? Do you think it's possible for you to like go to Europe to be part of that events?
Well, I haven't heard anything about the endpoint land,
Mm.
but for KeenCon, assuming there is going to be a KeenCon, I'm definitely going to want to go to that.
Mm. Any goals set up for the for that event? It's like I want to be better than at QuakeCon, or
I think I can be better because I think I can be more prepared now. I mean, especially because the QuakeCon land was only about a month ago now,
yeah.
less than a month ago.
Mm.
Um, you know, I have all that experience. I know exactly what to expect, and I think I can play a better game than I was on QuakeCon. So I'm hoping to do well. It's
Yeah.
still a process, but I'm hoping that I can. I mean, it would depend who shows up, obviously, but
Mm.
getting a top position would be my goal.
Yeah, because I heard you saying actually that if there is next season of Quake Pro League that you are already prepared to grind it out, that you will need to change some minor thing in your preparations. So you still hungry for getting more out of Quake?
Sorry, what do you mean, like wanting to win?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I want to get first place next QPL. I mean, I think I can do it. I feel like I have the skills. It's just that I still need some more time to really
Mm,
fine tune them. And I think that having an extra year is really all I need. I mean, it's a very optimistic goal, but I think it's achievable for me. And
yeah.
we don't know how much time there will be left, you know, in the Quake Pro League. So I want to get a win for, you know, it ever ends.
Yeah.
I also want to do better in the online. I mean, top 8 was already great, but I want to shoot even higher next time as well.
You know, All credit to Strongsage as well. He's keeping control of the map. He's keeping those item timings in his mind, and he's not giving an inch with regards to that. As we have another engagement up here, Shane needs to get away, and he does get away cleanly.
These defensive rockets are absolutely absurd from Chain.
Phenomenal. But how long can they last for? You can't just live with nothing to your name forever. He's early for the Mega. Luckily, Strongsage isn't able to connect with as much damage. He needs Chain. Actually goes back across. They're so low. They're so weak. Chain's in there with some little bit of health. He's gone on him, but no, Chain's the one to connect.
Wow.
Yeah, you basically had in that regular season, you have like 8 to 7 scores regarding the matches. So that's kind of cool. Because you basically secure that position to get 1 day free.
Yeah, that was really, really nice. I'm so happy that I got that 1 day free. I think it helps a lot.
Yeah. Did you try some other games to relax, or you just thinking about play more Quake Champions?
I'm just thinking about more Quake Champions right now. I think I need to keep focused on it. I mean, I've already started streaming, and I did a Estadi last Friday. I plan to do that more. I think the Estadis definitely help because it's like a still somewhat high pressure tournament, even if the stakes aren't too high.
But the lineup is usually good. You have I saw both Raizes, Anaku, Maxter playing. So
yeah, exactly. So there's some good competition there.
Yeah. Outside of the Quake or grinding the game, do you work let's say on that let's say decision making and working under pressure? Because on STOT, I saw one move that gets me basically. It's on Corrupted Keep. You are picking up light armor in the red room. And then, like, instant decision when the opponent was closing to your Vinicity, rocket jump away. Is those moves like prepared, or is it like instant decisions?
It's most likely I prepared to do something like that because I normally, when you're playing the game, I know like what my opponent's options are, what they're likely to do. So I usually know ahead of time, what I want to do.
Yeah, so you have like escape route prepared basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty rare that you're forced to make a decision that you don't already have planned out. It usually only happens if the enemy surprises you and you mishear them or you just don't anticipate them to be somewhere. That's when you're forced to make an unplanned decision. But for the most part, I know what I need to be doing. It's just a matter of executing.
Can you tell me like how many steps ahead do you plan? Or it depends on the situation in arena.
Well, it depends on the situation. Normally, my decisions will revolve around which armors or which major items I can secure. So my plan goes as far as securing the major item, and then I will make new plan after that. So in the example you gave, I know the heavy's up. Maybe I don't remember the exact situation, so I don't know. But you said the opponent chased me and I rocket jumped away. Maybe I knew I couldn't take the fight, so I just wanted to escape while getting the light armor. Especially because sometimes it's worthwhile to secure like a good rotation of the light armors. So I probably knew that, and I thought, well, maybe if the opponent chased me in a different way, I could get the heavy and work from there.
Yeah. Because like for I think for many players, is this kind of decision making in the duel is one of the crucial problems they are working with because they are not able to think ahead. They are not able to get those information process on time, and then the mistakes are happening and they are losing control and stuff like that. So this is why I'm basically asking this, because I want to show what the top player thinking about the game is. Not that I want to steal like knowledge from you, but thank you for that.
Well, it's mainly about how much experience you have, because because I've played so many duels, I know how every situation should work. and I know what I should be doing for every situation. So it's not something that I have to be thinking about very much in the moment. It's mainly instinct, but I just know, like, for every situation what I need to do. And I don't think it's something, if you're new to Duel, that you need to be thinking about too much. You just need to be playing as much as you can. And by playing as much as you can, you will eventually get to that point where you don't need to be thinking about constantly what to do in every situation.
Mm. Did you speak with Kelt, because he was other basically newcomer that made it to Quake Pro League if the next season happens, obviously. Did you have chance to talk with him at
I talked with him
Dallas?
a little bit, but not too much. I mean, I congratulated him for making
Mm.
it into the league, but we didn't really talk that much other than that. But I have
Mm.
played with Celts a decent amount in the past, so I'm pretty familiar with
Mm.
his style.
Okay. Like in general, what are your feelings from QuakeCon? Did you enjoy the party? Did you have some time to walk around, check the BioC, check the vendors, or like you
Yeah,
were mainly focused on the tournament?
I was mainly focused on the tournament until I got knocked out. Once I got knocked out, I did get a chance to, walk around a bit, check everything out.
Mm.
I'm feeling pretty optimistic for this next year because I really do think that I've got enough experience at this point that I know
Mm.
exactly what I need to do in order to make it to the top. So I
Mm.
think overall just optimistic for next year.
Yeah. That's cool. And also, not to like, I want to mention that you are one of those players that are able to transfer that knowledge and that information, into casting. And if you didn't see Marcus casting Quake Champions, go watch it, because it's like really tasty experience, I think. So thank you
I
for that
enjoy
as
casting.
well.
I just enjoy
Yeah.
being able to give some knowledge that I have
Mm.
about the game. And if it's entertaining, people say it's entertaining, then I do enjoy doing it.
Mm.
Um, so probably for the next challengers, that's when I'm gonna be casting next. Um,
Mm.
so
Okay.
look forward to that.
Okay, Marcus, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your patience with me and my schedule.
Yeah, thank you.
And if there is something else you want to say to community, to your team, to your friends, microphone is free. And hopefully see you soon on some next LAN event. Hopefully in Barcelona. I don't know.
Yeah, just wait and see. I'm sure that I can put on a good performance. If Keaton Cotton's gonna be happening, I'm definitely gonna be going, and hope to see anyone there who's watching, and look forward to a good performance from me.
Okay. Thank you very much. It was pleasure to having you. And take care, brother. See you soon.
Yeah, take care. Bye.